Good evening, Vikings. We have a great girls basketball matchup right here for you. I'm Jacob Ornstein.
My name is Anthony Bramley.
And Anthony, we have the Niles North Vikings going up against the David Speer Pride. And Anthony, we got a great game. And something I noticed while looking over the rosters is differential in classes amongst these teams. Niles North is a heavy sophomore influence roster, while David Speer is 60% seniors. 6 out of 10 of the women on our roster are all seniors. So Anthony, I gotta ask you, how does that age difference affect the game?
I mean, I think when you have an older team, there's a lot more maturity on the court. You know, I think they might have had their full 4 years, maybe other than the COVID year. But I mean, yeah, when you have that much court experience, it's really going to translate to how you play and how you act. I mean, we always talk about how it's really a mental game too. And I mean, having the maturity, you know, you've been in situations like these before, and you know how to get out of them. So I think that's going to provide a great benefit to the David Speer Pride. On the other hand, I like the youth of the Vikings team. I think, you know, having that freshness in the mind and, you know, a lot of will to play, you know, I think that's going to help them out greatly. So we'll see.
We're going to take it down to Gary Butler, our PA announcer, who's going to play the national anthem. Stay tuned.
I think we're ready for some basketball action, but before we get into it, I do want to shout out our house announcer, Gary Butler. You know, recently named the new head coach of our football program. So,
Welcome to the program, Coach Butler. Well, you've been a part of it.
He's been a part of it.
Welcome to head coach.
And now we're going to start with the David Speer Pride here. Number 1, Anaya Costoso. Number 14, Mia Bella Colazzo. Number 21, Mia Lozada. Number 30, Elizabeth Vasquez. And number 32, Rashonda Wilson. They're going to be head coached by Dejan Jefferson and assisted by Anais Hernandez. But we got to move on to the Vikings, the home favorites.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get into some starters. Number 3, Leia Jackson. Number 4, Leticia Martin. Number 22, Ava Lee. Number 24, Aman Hamid. And number 41, Brianna Bolt. This is going to be a great game. I'm excited. Are you excited, Jacob?
Oh, you bet I'm excited, Anthony.
Hey, tell us a little bit about the David Speer Pride before we get into this.
Yes, the David Speer Pride. They are 10-2 right now, Anthony, and they're coming into this game hot, and they are ready to get another win. However, standing in their way is our Niles North Vikings girls basketball team, and I think they can pull out a win tonight.
Yeah, why is that?
Well, like you said, it's a very young team. I think the youth is going to show in this program, and I think it should be a great upset win.
Yeah, And this is their 4th home game in a row, so they want to show it for the home crowd. It's a little hard to see on our angle, but along our wall where we're sitting right now, we've got tons of Vikings rooting for the team. So love to see the home crowd come out.
We love to see it as we are just about ready for the tip-off. Little handshake at half court, and we are underway as Vikings win the tip. Here comes Jackson. Jackson, ooh, tries to bounce pass over, but it's going to go off the foot of a member of the Pride. So Vikings will retain possession. Inbounding it is Martin. Martin gets to the Bull inside the paint. Bull rebounds her own missed shot, and she will be fouled for 2.
Yeah, caught some arm on that. That's how you want to start a game, being rough, being aggressive, showing that energy early. I think, it's a great tactic, letting the opposing team know who's come to play.
Right. And Brianna Bolt, she is very aggressive in the paint. You love to see it.
She's going to miss the first, but she has another opportunity. Can bring her team's first point in the first quarter. No good.
No good. Rebound by the Pride. Here comes the Pride. Number 1, Castello, and stolen. And
got scramble going on here.
More of a scramble. And it looks like there's going to be I believe it's a travel on the Pride as the Vikings will inbound it.
Yeah, that's Aman Hamid on the inbound.
Hamid gets it over to Martin. Martin way out to Jackson. Jackson, gets it over to number 22, Lee. Here comes Hamid, and we have a
violation.
Another travel, and we're seeing some traveling early on, Anthony.
Yeah, I mean, these refs are ruling with an iron fist. But you got to love it because they keep the game safe. And, hey, we have a shortage of IHSA officials in the state of Illinois. So if you're 16 and older, you can become an official. IHSA.org, quick training, little fee. And you get to give back to your community. You get to stay healthy. These refs run around a lot. It's a great way to stay slim. Would you want to be an official?
I think it'd be fun in my free time. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. The Pride are going to take it down. Looks like number 21, Mia Lozada, had that ball.
And the Pride outside. The 3 won't go. Here comes the Pride. Another miss by the Pride, and close, but the ball will go out of bounds, and David Speer will retain possession as they will inbound it. Number 32, Wilson.
Yeah, I want to point out that physicality from number 30, Liz Vasquez. Trying to pop that ball out from the Viking. Obviously working, going out on the Viking.
I was tipped a little bit by number 24 on the Vikings, Hamid, as Martin is going to be taking it. She is driving through, gets to the Bolt, way out to Lee. Over to Jackson. Jackson trying to get inside the paint, and the shot is off. Bolt will rebound. Bolt gets it over to Lee for 2. It will not go. And rebound Martin. Hamid now. And it is a scramble in the paint. Hamid comes down with it. Jackson gets it over to Lee for 2. And there's the bucket, finally.
Yeah, first points of the game. Great defense on both sides and great energy on both sides, really trying to get that ball. You got to love it. You got to love how Ava Lee got that second chance. That's the same exact shot, and she corrected it very well. That's going to be a useful skill going into the game.
100%, Anthony. As we say that, David Speer ties it up 2-2 as Jackson takes it up and gets an elite tip by the Pride. Easy layup, won't go to Hamid over the Jackson. Yeah. And here comes Martin over to Lee. Lee thinks about a 3 to Martin. We'll get it. Bolt rebound, and she is fouled. And they seem to be fouling Bolt a bit inside the paint early on.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to avoid. You try to put your hands straight up, but when you have Bolt there going for that ball, trying to put it up, being aggressive, that's going to be hard to get away from.
100%. And Bolt is great at drawing that foul as as she will take 2 shots.
And it's going to be 1 point for Bolt.
Subs coming in for David Speer. Checking in, Bagora for the Pride, and Rosada. As here come the Pride, number 11, Figuria misreads. I think tried to look for number 30, Elizabeth Vasquez, but she can't quite get it, and that ball will go out of bounds. However, it appears the Pride will retain possession. Inbounding it is number 32, Wilson. Wilson gets it over to Galazzo. Galazzo gets it over to Figuria. Tough defense over by Lee. And here comes Wilson. And stolen by Lee. And here come the Vikings taking it up the court. Number 15, Quadri.
Oh, that was Hamid pointing up for 2.
Apologies, I didn't see Hamid get the ball there. And here comes the Pride as they will step out of bounds.
Also got a foul on the play there. It looks like it's going to be number 32, Rashonda Wilson off the Pride with the inbound. She's got a target there in Yarlin Figueroa, number 11. And we also see on the court number 14, Miabella Calazzo.
Here comes the Pride. Figuria over to Wilson. Wilson off the foot of Hamid, but Hamid still here's an aggressive bounce pass to Martin. And stolen by the Pride and stolen by the Vikings. Scramble for the ball. And wisely, Lee is going to step away to avoid turning the ball over. Great smart play by Lee. Very high IQ play.
Yeah, definitely. You saw that bounce off a couple of times, so it's good that Lee just let the ball roll out, slow the game down a little bit, and set up a play. You got Bolt there in the paint, puts it in for 2 under contest, and this can turn into a 3-point play.
Brianna Bolt once again drawing the foul, and we have an N1 opportunity.
I mean, it's her area of expertise, and these types of plays are very valuable for a team. Slows the game down for one, so you're not running all over and losing, sort of energy. Right. But also, these are easy points if you can put it in, which Bolt does. That's her 3rd of the night.
Vikings out early with a 9-2 lead. 4:11 left in the first quarter, as David Pride is going to take a timeout. And Anthony, what have you liked from the Vikings so far? They have a really good energy going into this.
Yeah, there's definitely contrast between what we were seeing on Friday, sort of low energy when they were playing the Wolves, and now they're coming into this. They're a quicker team, I think. They're paying more attention. We saw a lot of turnovers last game. I'm not seeing it as much, or at least not unforced like it was previously. So good on these players and good on the coaching staff making those changes in between games. They had a Saturday practice and then a Monday practice. So quick changes have really been benefiting this team going into this game against the Pride.
And while we're on the topic of coaches, shout out to our head coach for the Vikings, Danae Russell, and her assistant coach, Sonia Garcia, coaching our girls to a great game so far.
We got a couple more seconds here in the timeout. As Jacob said earlier, 4 minutes, 11 seconds remaining in the first quarter, and it's already a good one. What do we want to see different from the Speer Pride coming out of the timeout, though?
I definitely think Spear's got to be more aggressive on offense, and also they gotta stop fouling Brianna Bolt in the paint. She's now noticing this, and she's going to take advantage of it. I wouldn't be surprised if David Speer tries some other things when it comes to that. Tipped at half court and stolen by Quadri in the paint. Quadri can't quite get the tough layup, and long pass from David Speer.
Yeah, travel violation on number 11, Yarlin Figueroa. You don't want to see that, especially just coming out of the timeout. These are the types of things you're talking about, those tiny mistakes, and obviously the change wasn't made immediately.
Well said, Anthony. As Quadri, Gets a nice little pass over the Bull. Bull gets her own second.
There you go.
And the third time's a charm, Anthony, as after the third shot, Brianna Bull is able to get it in.
I love the persistent underneath the net.
And and stolen by Bull, dives on it. And Brianna Bull ties up with Lozada. Looks like we got some subs on the court for the Vikings. Checking in is number 23, Brianna Tatar.
We also got number 10, Vanessa Bernal.
And 3 from the Pride won't go, and it is rebound by Bernal. Quadri over to Tatar. Over to Lee. Tatar won't get it. And apologies, that was Bernal. And here comes David Speer.
Figueroa passing it over to Colazzo. She moves in, wants two, and gets it after a lot of contact.
Can't quite draw the foul, but great offensive effort by the Pride. And inside Hamid. But rejected a little bit by Wilson. And David Speer taking it slow right now, trying to slow things around. Colazzo driving in. Colazzo, easy layup won't go. And here comes Quadri for the Vikings. Quadri gets it over to Martin. And Hamid will put it up, and she is feeling great tonight. As here comes David Speer, tries to get it to Wilson, and covered, able to get it though. And David Speer takes a 3. Never mind, I believe it was a 2.
Only a 2, but that was from number 3, Jasleen Lozada. That's her first point of the game.
Yeah, it was a close call. Almost looked like a 3 there, but good job on our IHSA officials to catch that and get 2.
Yeah, definitely. We got a call here. It looked like a travel. I didn't quite catch it, though. And we got number 32, Rashonda Wilson, off the Pride, looking for the inbound. She got her targeted Figueroa. Brings it across the half court, back over to Rashonda.
Wilson, good bounce with the Figueroa, and if it went, that would have been a great assist by Wilson.
Yeah, definitely. You got Quadri taking it down to Hamid.
Hamid.
Struggling a little bit. Sends the Pride to the floor.
You never like that. And here comes Quadri, surveying outside, and gets it over to number 23 on the Vikings.
Yeah, Tatar won't make it. And we saw Hamid try to put it back up to no avail. She does luckily get the call and is going to shoot for 2.
2 shots will be taken by Hamid. Took a second, but that ball went in for 1.
Yeah, and she's got another opportunity here. Can bring the team to 15 with a 9-point lead.
And it looks like Leah Jackson's checked back in for the Vikings.
It's good.
And sinking both right now. Here comes David Speer. And misread pass a little bit. Quickly recovered by Costoso. And number 14 for David Speer gets the 3, and a crowd silencer. Mia Bella Colazzo. And here comes Leah Jackson aggressively playing and loses it a bit, but it will go off number 1, Costoso, and the Vikings will retain possession. Jackson will get the inbound. Tatar gets it over the Quadri. Outside, looking. Quadri, back over to Jackson. Jackson looks for Quadri again. Quadri for 2, but blocked by number 14, Colazzo. Colazzo will take it slow. Try to slow down the game. Colazzo. Screen set by Costoso. Colazzo still with the ball. And swatted out of bounds by Brianna Bolt.
Yeah, she that was the end of that.
Brianna Bolt, an amazing defender for this Vikings team. As Anaya Costoso is going to inbound it. Ooh, Leia Jackson almost blocking it there. And oh! And we have whistles as Mirabello Galazzo falls down.
I do want to shout out Colazzo's handles. We saw a little bit of behind the back action. A lot going on there, and those are definitely learned skills, so a lot of practice and a lot of time goes into that.
We love that. And here's a 3 by the Pride that won't go. And ooh,
Colazzo.
Galazzo won't get it. And oh, blocked by Tatar. And out of bounds, ball goes off of David Speer, so Vikings will get possession. Number 10, Bernal to inbound over to Quadri. Quadri looking, ooh, Quadri, good handles there. It spins around over to Bolt. Bolt aggressive in the paint. Bolt gets it to Tatar. Smooth assist by Brianna Bolt to Tatar, giving her a high five on the way back down the court. And oh, here a 3 from the Pride. Oh. And how about that for an answer?
That's the end of the first quarter, and impressive three-pointer out of the Pride there. You know, ending the quarter with a statement. They're still down by 5. The Vikings, of course, with 17 points. But great way to end the quarter and set up your team for success in the second.
100%. Now, Anthony, what did you like from this first quarter?
I mean, I really liked how the Vikings showed up. That energy coming into the beginning of the game, you know, it sets the tone for the other team. And so I think being able to set that up immediately as you walk onto the court, that's very effective. And, you know, the David Speer Pride for a lot of the quarter weren't able to respond. You know, I think just the Viking presence on the court was sort of limiting their shooting a lot. You know, we saw a couple misses, you know, some rare threes, but you know, I was expecting a bit more to start from the David Speer Pride, especially considering their record against some good teams. You know, they beat Bulls College Prep twice this season, which is a perennial program. So to have the Vikings come out against that so effectively in the first quarter has been really impressive to see.
Well said, Anthony, as we are about ready to start some second quarter girls basketball action. As number 23, Qatar, set to inbound it. Music quiets down. Tatar will get the ball. And second quarter action coming at you right now as Jackson is going to take it around midcourt. Jackson, ooh, smooth assist, but the ball won't go.
Yeah,
Out of bounds.
An overshoot there, and that's a hard corner 3 to hit, but
right.
Well, it was interesting to see the Vikings sort of give it up there, not going for that rebound, just letting it roll out.
Here comes David Speer, number 11, Figueroa. Figueroa looks for Costoso, but the ball will go out of bounds. David Speer is going to inbound it. A little confusion. Costoso set the inbound. Apologies. As she gets it over to number 14 for David Speer. Won't get it. Here comes Tatar. Tatar.
Oh, and that's a carry on Tatar, number 23, out the Vikings. Unfortunate, tiny call, but that's the type of stuff that needs to be ironed out before you get into the game.
100%. The Vikings have struggled with silly mistakes in the past before. We cannot go back to that. As here come the Pride as number 14, Palazzo. Palazzo fakes the handoff to Costoso, spinning around, and we have a turnover from the Spear, and it will be Vikings ball. Inbounding it is going to be Tatar, as she gets it over to Jackson. Jackson, ooh, aggressive. Jackson gets it over to Bernal. Bernal over to Tatar. Well, won't get it. And rebounded. Oh, and Brianna Bull trying to snatch the ball away from Grulan on David Speer. And looks like number 21, Lozada, inbounds it to Figueroa. Figueroa gets it over to Colazzo. Colazzo over to number 21, Lozada. Lozada over to Costoso. Costoso. And, double team by Bernal and Bull. And here comes Lee to Jackson. Mid-range from Jackson will go through. Leia Jackson for the mid-range bucket as David Speer takes it back up the court. And it's starting to get loud down here. And it looks like we got some subs coming in. Number 13 for Michelle Ponce is coming in for Bernal. As here come, and David Speer cannot quite handle it as Tatar will inbound it for the Vikings. Tatar gets it over to Lee. Lee over to number 13, Ponce. Ponce, misread, and Leia Jackson can't quite get there to get the ball back in bounds. Pride ball. Costoso. And misread pass. Tried to get it to Figueroa. And it looks like it's going to be Vikings ball and whistles now. The two officials just talking about a call real quick. It's all good though, as they seem to agree. And Lee will inbound it for the Vikings. Lee gets Jackson. Jackson back over to Lee. Lee tries to get it to Bull inside the paint. Bull fighting through contact, and it looks like she will be fouled. And Jackson's gonna inbound it right now. Jackson, pump fake over to.
Just rolls out.
Just rolls out. Here is Tatar. Ta-da! Tatar gets the bucket.
And looks like Michelle Ponce with a foul there. Going to be number 30, Liz Vasquez, off the David Speer Pride. Going for the inbound. Ava Lee almost has it, but it's going to be passed over to Figueroa.
She's looking. She's trying to drive through. And,
big shot.
Gets it. Only two. Just inside the arc. And here comes Jackson. Great moves by Jackson. Almost loses it a little bit. But long pass to Lee. Lee from the charity stripe. Won't get it. And loose ball. Here comes David Speer. And denied by number 23, Tatar. Ta-da from Tatar again.
Yeah. And what a crazy fast break chasing for that ball. Just can't quite get it, and the Vikings can't get there without a little bit extracurricularism. So Yerlin Figueroa is going to go to the line for two.
Great chase down block. Reminds me of LeBron James.
Okay. Nothing but net on the first shot. Pride keeping it relatively close. Can cut the lead down to 1, 2, 3, 5 with another shot.
Good math.
Rolls out and rebounded by Ava Lee.
Lee will get it over to Jackson. Jackson taking it slow. Jackson bounces it over to Tatar. But there will be a travel on the Vikings as David Speer will inbound it. Number 30, Vasquez, gets it over to number 11, Figueroa. Figueroa over to Lozada. Lozada over to Figueroa. Lozada wants it. Won't give it to her. Figueroa. Close to the rebound by Hurley, and the bucket will go for Hurley. And here comes Jackson now off the pass from from Ponce. And here's Tatar. Ooh. Nice feed to Ponce, but it won't go. But no fear, Hamid is here. And it looks like there's going to be, out of bounds on David Speer. No, it will be a foul from Tatar. And here comes David Speer, number 21, Lozada. Ooh, won't go. Rebound by Tatar. And ooh, gets to the Figueroa, turned over. Figueroa gets her own miss. Figueroa looking, but heavy defense, and 3-second violation on David Speer.
Yeah, you can't be sitting in the paint for too long, just anticipating a shot. But we have some new faces coming on the court for the Vikings. I see Samia Khan, senior on the team. Looking forward to seeing her play.
As Jackson's going to take it. And ooh, tries to get it to Lee, but good defense by Vasquez. There comes Lee. Some good speed from Lee. And a travel. And travel, that's been an issue for both teams early on.
Yeah, I think she was spending too much brain power trying to avoid the 10-second violation and just, quick oversight on the dribble.
And here comes Lee. Lee gets it over to Jackson. Jackson taking it slow once more. Jackson. Jackson gets it over to Lee. Lee won't get it. And out of bounds. Khan tries to get the rebound, but won't go. And it looks like Brianna Bolt is on her feet, maybe checking in soon. As here comes David Speer. Colazzo loses it a little bit, but it's all good as she kind of goes around the world here and can't quite get the handles there as the ball will go out of bounds. It's going to be inbounded by Lee for the Vikings. Lee gets it over to Jackson. Ooh, crosses over. Jackson from the stripe. Leah Jackson, another 2 points for her. Here comes Colazzo, and ooh, Hamid is there. Hamid taking it slow. Hamid aggressively going up the court. Ooh, the bullying inside the paint from Hamid.
Yeah, you love to see that aggression. And that was like some call. I couldn't quite catch it. Could you, Jacob?
I couldn't quite catch it either, but it looks like for the Vikings, never mind. It was a timeout for David Speer. As wow, the energy has been great, Anthony. What have you liked?
I think I like to see how the Vikings have sort of continued what they started so well in the first quarter. Putting a lot of pressure on the David Speer Pride, just keeping the energy up. And with 2 minutes, 39 seconds remaining in the second quarter, they've got to keep that up, and they got to save a little in the tank for the second half. The game's only half over.
Well said, Anthony. As 2:39 left in the second quarter, the Vikings with a comfy but not cozy lead, 27-17 for the Vikings. As Lee is set to inbound. Lee. Ooh, gets Jackson on the run. Jackson to Lee. Lee second guesses herself and stole it. And no! Scramble on the floor and ooh. From the ground, number 21, Lozada able to get the pass off and ooh.
We got David Speer Pride almost hitting the wall there.
Ooh. That's why the padding's there, Anthony.
Yep.
And going to the line is for David Speer. it appears to be Bella Colazzo. Colazzo sinks the first one. And coming in for the Vikings, Quadri is coming in for the Vikings. Colazzo. Second one won't go, but rebounded by David Speer. Oh, misread there. But David Speer recovers. David Speer, easy floater. Colazzo with the easy floater to cut the lead down to 7. And here comes Quadri. Quadri gets it over to Hamid, but Hamid won't do a lot there as there are whistles. Hurley with the foul, and Quadri going to inbound it. Quadri get it over to the Jackson. Jackson gets it to Quadri. Quadri.
Oh, and that's an easy call there. Vikings going to take a shot, I believe.
Ooh, right in front of the ref's face.
Oh, I lied. They're going to inbound.
And substitution on the court for David Speer. Checking in is Yarelyn Figueroa. She comes in for Hurley. Quadri gets it over to Hamid. Won't get it. And here comes David Speer off the rebound. Colazzo won't get it. And rebound by Figueroa. Rebound by Khan, my mistake. Quadri gets it to Jackson. Jackson gets it over to number 2, Martha Halum.
Yeah, it's a nobody. Going to be taken by the Pride.
The Pride taking it slow. And a long three from the Pride won't go. And here comes Quadri going up the court. Quadri. Fast break, and Quadri puts 2 on the board for your Vikings. 29-20 with about a minute left in the first half. And here, ooh, great little move right there by Figueroa as David Speer's shot will be off target. And a little bit of push and shove on Quadri. It will be Vikings ball with 50.2 seconds left in the half. Here come the Vikings, and stolen by David Speer. Figueroa won't get it, and whoa, and a call right in front of the ref's face. It looks like Mia Lozada got a little bit of contact there, and she will go to the line for 2. A little bit of discussion before these free throws. Mia Lozada, 2 shots. The first one is off target. And will miss both. And Jackson rebound. Jackson gets over to Quadri. Lozada sends Quadri to the floor and a very, very clear foul right in front of the ref.
Yeah, hey, I like the sportsmanship out of Figueroa. I'm extending a hand trying to help out Quadri. She didn't accept it, but appreciate the effort.
Right, sportsmanship is a very important part of high school athletics. Here comes Quadri, 2 shots. She won't get it. Second shot for Quadri, the redemption. And gets the redemption shot. 30-20 right now. 35 seconds left in the half. Long pass over to Lozada, and turnover by the Pride. a little bit of confusion. And it looks like Brianna Bolt is coming in as now Hamid will inbound to Quadri. Quadri over to Hamid. And Brianna Bull loses it a bit, but it's able to get it. Quadri in the paint. Floater gets it. Quadri for 2. And a
Travel violation. You can't do that.
Yeah, no, you can't, Anthony.
I mean, especially when you're down 12, you need to avoid those tiny things because they really do add up. You know, you got 8 seconds here and a half, so it's basically over, but that's an adjustment you got to make for the second half.
Exactly. These little mistakes are piling up for David Speer as Bolt will get it. Oh, it's a Quadri 3! Won't get it. And tries to get it back in bounds. Vikings will retain possession as Figueroa cannot quite get the ball back in bounds to save time. 2.7 seconds left. Here comes Bolt. Gets to the Quadri. Won't get a shot up. And that is going to end the half. The Vikings with a comfy but not cozy lead. And Anthony, what do you think about that half?
I mean, I've said it many times this game, but just really impressive from the Vikings. This is a Viking team that we haven't really seen before, where they're coming out of the game with a lot of energy, with a lot of speed. You know, their communication's better. They've limited the turnovers this game, at least the unforced ones. I think they've really just made a lot of great adjustments over the past couple of days. What do you think?
I 100% agree. It is night and day for that. This team is night and day for when they played West. I love what our girls are doing down here. And I like to especially highlight Brianna Bolt, who this half has been very aggressive and has been getting buckets, drawing fouls. She's been on fire tonight.
I mean, yeah, we see that every night, just going in there with a lot of aggression, you know, looking for a win.
100%. So we will get you second half action in a bit. You're watching NN Viking Media. We'll see you soon. Welcome back to Viking girls basketball, as we are coming to you live from the Loud House on Lawler, aka the main gym here at beautiful Niles North High School. 32-20, a comfy but not cozy lead for the Vikings, as we are just about ready to continue action. Vikings are in the huddle, just about ready to go. We've had a great game here so far. Vikings have been very aggressive on offense and have been dominant on defense. A lot thanks to the efforts of Brianna Bolt. She's been everywhere. She's been everywhere. It's been amazing. And here we go. Head coach Danae Russell giving our Viking girls some last second advice to take into this half. And Anthony, you ready for some second half action?
I definitely am. I'm curious to see how the David Speer Pride, sort of adjust what they faced in the first half or so.
Right. As here we go, as Lee is set to inbound. Ooh, pump fake. Lee.
Oh, that's not how you start out a half. It's going to be number one, and Nyack is still getting in the way. Luckily, Ava Lee gets to get a second shot at this.
She was looking for Martin there. Trying again. Lee gets it to Martin this time on target. Martin works some moves. Hamid. Here comes Martin. Gets it over to Bolt. Bolt showing her aggressiveness as she gets it over to Lee. Lee gets it to Bolt. Bolt gets it over to Jackson. Jackson to Martin. Martin over to Bolt. And sends a member of the Pride to the floor.
Great save by Ava Lee there, right on the baseline.
And looks like time as looks like number 21 Mina Lozada has been shaken up. One of our amazing athletic trainers, Dawn Palmer, here to check up on her, make sure she's okay.
Yeah, shout out to our entire health staff. We got tons of student volunteers. We got Dawn Palmer, we got Des Makis. We got tons of people in there working part-time, making sure that our students are working healthy and becoming better student athletes.
Special shout out to our athletic trainers. You guys are awesome.
I remember freshman year when I still played volleyball. They wrapped up my finger, made it feel real good. So, thank you all for that.
And Lozada's going to take a seat for now as Figueroa checks in for her as Bolt in the paint.
Oh.
Can't quite get it. Gets her own rebounding.
Get some help from Leticia.
Ooh, no look over to Lee from Martin. And Bolt aggressively inside. And one for the Vikings. And Brianna Bull, once again, she's been aggressive in the paint and is able to draw fouls as she is going to try the N1 opportunity. And Anthony, what are your thoughts on Brianna Bull's performance so far?
I mean, we see it consistently. We've seen it throughout the season. We saw it last year. That aggression under the net is going to draw a lot of fouls and make a lot of scoring opportunities for the Vikings.
Bolt. Good job to read it. Yeah, read it saying off.
Yep.
As David Speer is taking it up, Collazo gets it over to Figueroa gets it back to Collazo tries to work some moves, but is covered by Martin. And here comes Figueroa, covered by Martin. And Bull gets the tip, and here comes Lee. Lee won't quite get it, but no fear, Hamid is here. And ball's out of bounds, but the Vikings, I believe, will retain possession.
I couldn't quite see who got that out of bounds for the Pride. But at any rate, it's going to be a Viking ball.
All good.
Sets up the play, tries to find a Viking, and gets it out to 22, Ava Lee.
Lee gets it over to Jackson. She, bounces it over to Bolt. Bolt, we have some whistles.
Yeah, travel violation on Bolt.
Traveling has been a recurring theme throughout this game, and it has been these past couple of games. Anthony, what can you do to prevent the travel?
I mean, you just got to pay attention to your feet. You never really mean to travel. It's always just when you're not paying attention, you're focusing on another aspect of the game. But, I mean, the travel is one of the most basic calls in the sport. And so if you can't really, deal with that, then you're going to struggle later.
100%. It is a part of basketball fundamentals, and you cannot let it stop you. And it looks like we're going to get a timeout on the court. We'll be back in about 10 seconds?
Yeah, I think it might have been a full timeout called. But yeah, we mentioned that this is game number 4 of 6 that the Vikings have at home in a row. And so their next one's going to be this Friday. Of course, we're going to be streaming it on Viking Media. So make sure you stay subscribed. And, like the stream, stay caught up. We have a Twitter, at NN Viking Media on Twitter, or X, whatever you call it nowadays. But yeah, just make sure you stay tuned with us. Make sure that you get all the Viking action.
And also, while you're following our Twitter, make sure to like and subscribe the stream. Please do it. It'd be nice.
Pretty please.
Pretty please. Little cherry on top. As here comes Hamid, who gets it over to Jackson. Hamid gets it to Martin. Martin looks at Lee. Lee will give it to Bolt. Bolt gets it in the paint. Brianna Bolt with 2 points, adding to her great game. And gets it over to Collazo. Collazo. And Collazo is looking. Collazo takes a deep 3, but won't get it. And here's Hamid. Hamid gets it over to Martin. It looked like she was about to put it in the basket, but she has to go to the other side. And here comes Martin, gets the Bolt. Bolt. Just outside the paint. Won't go, but it looks like she draws a foul. Bolt's going to the... Hurley will be the one who will have fouled Bolt as she takes a couple shots. She's been decent from the line tonight. And, little bounce off the backboard and the rim, but she does get it. And some subs on the court. Looks like Martin is going to take a seat. That's coming in for her is Bernal. Second shot from Bolt goes, sinks both of them, and Bolt is now going to take a seat as number 23 Tatar is coming in. Brianna Tatar coming in for Brianna Bolt. And over to Lee. Lee won't go, and out of bounds goes off Tatar. But it's going to be inbounded right here. Bernal gets it over to Jackson. Jackson, no look, over to Tatar. Won't go, but no fear, Hamid is here. Gets the second chance, but it won't fall. Tatar back to Hamid. Hamid won't get it.
Smuggling right under this basket. And the Pride eventually recover.
And Hamid on the steal. Over to Jackson. Jackson over to Tatar, and we have a travel.
What a sad way to end all the calamity over there, right under the basket.
100%, Anthony. So, yep. And I was looking, kind of as the call, as that call was made.
Another travel.
Another travel. Oof. The Bernal is going to be inbounding it for the Vikings. Jackson gets it over to Bernal. Bernal for 3, corner 3. She won't quite get it, but rebounded by Lee. Lee, good pass over to Tatar. Ta-da! Tatar gets 2. And here comes David Speer, number 14. Collazo gets it over. Tries to get it over to Grulin, but it won't go. And And this Vikings bench is getting excited right now.
Yeah, I saw Rayon Quadri do a little hop and a skip, just out of excitement there.
The hop and the skip from Quadri. And as that shot from David Speer will go, and oh! Some tumbling going on right there as the ball will go out of bounds. And it looks like Rayon Quadri is checking in right now for the Vikings. It looks like Jackson's going to take a seat for now. As here comes Quadri, as, ooh, some fancy moves right there. And, ooh, long pass over to Bernal. Lee hands it over to Quadri, and
Hands it over to Liz Vasquez of the David Speer Pride. Looks like Figueroa going to take it down.
And the coverage, and another travel. Mia Lazada traveling with the ball right there. Correction, Samantha Grulin. And oof. And the travel yet again. I think we've gone around the world with the amount of traveling in this game, Anthony.
I mean, imagine if you had like a Visa rewards card or something, racking up all those miles. That's a lot of great deals.
And here we go, as it looks like Figueroa take it outside. Figueroa gets it over to Collazo. Collazo back over to Figueroa for three.
Ooh.
And won't go. Here comes Tatar. Tatar. Oh, who gets it to Hamid? Hamid. He gets it back from Bernal. Bernal over to Quadri. Who gets it to Bernal? And a three from Bernal.
I like to see them taking these risks, shooting from the corner, shooting from the three-point line. We haven't seen that too much this game, and so I'm glad that these girls are getting more comfortable with those types of shots during this game.
Mm-hmm. And they're well in their right to, as the Vikings right now have a 23-point lead. They've been amazing on offense, and they've been very productive. As Hamid misses the layup, and the rebound was attempted by Tatar, but she will fall, and we got some subs coming in for the Vikings. Number 35 for the Vikings, who doesn't appear to be on our roster. We'll be checking in. At Tatar, ta-da, once more, Tatar for two. And a bit of a brain fart there as David Speer will chuck it out of bounds. Bernal will get it. Gets it over to, tries to get it to Tatar, but Tatar and Figueroa fighting. Some silence, but it looks like we have a timeout on the court. David Speer will call the timeout. And 25-point lead, Anthony. Wow, this is a very different team that we've seen that we saw last Friday against Niles West. I mean, what have you noticed that's happened today that didn't happen against Niles West last Friday?
I mean, we'll say it this time, and we said again and again throughout the game, but the energy is there, and I think the communication's there also. They figured out where they're supposed to be on the court. They figured out, what types of plays they actually want to run. You can't just be, freestyling the entire game. And so having a bit of a plan for the game has definitely benefited the girls' players here.
100%. And another thing I've also noticed is the silly mistakes have been brought down significantly last game. Against Niles West, it was killing our girls.
Yeah, and I think that's some of the intimidation. When you play in the Crosstown Classic against the Niles West Wolves, you're going to be a little bit more scared. You're going to make some of those silly mistakes, and so, yeah, definitely glad to see these cleaned up for the David Speer game tonight.
100%. The Vikings have been winning the turnover battle, which is very key to a V for Viking victory, as David Speer will miss a three, and number 21, Owen, gets it over to Quadri. Quadri gets it over to number 35. Number 35, and it'll be stolen by Collazo. Collazo Figueroa wants it. Figueroa will get it. Figueroa for 3. She won't get it. And, some contact and a travel. David Speer ball. Inbounding it will be Wilson. Rashonda Wilson gets it over to Figueroa. And she will miss that 3. Anaya Costoso. Costoso gets it over to Figueroa.
Great pass on the inside, but just a little bit too much arm on it. It's number 35 off the Vikings.
Oh, stolen and tipped.
I believe that's Bettina Strumfield. But yeah, we got a Pride member on the floor.
Ooh. The hard-fought battle between Strumfield and Rosa. As Bernal will get away outside the Strumfield. Strumfield gets it over to Quadri. Quadri taking her time. Gets it over to her girl. Here come the Vikings. Stolen by Gulan. Gulan can't quite get it, but gets it, feeds over to Wilson. And there will be a foul. And it looks like Wilson will be heading to the line for two shots. And it looks like we have a sub about to come in for the Vikings. Number 13, Michelle Ponce, will be checking in just a moment. Rashonda Wilson for 2. Sinks the first one with ease. You could hear the whistle of the clean shot from up here.
Yeah, I believe that was their first point of the entire half. Where we've eaten up 6.5 minutes on the third quarter clock, and that's gonna be the first shot. You gotta speed it up a little. But now second shot.
Right. Oh, and here comes the Spear as Quadri will rebound the missed shot from Anaya Costoso. Rayon Quadri. Ooh, some fancy moves. Gets it over to Ponce. Ponce over to Strumfield. Strumfield loses it a little bit, but is able to get it back. And Strumfield tried to get it, but that ball was denied by Rashonda Wilson. Bernal is going to be inbounding it now for the Vikings. Bernal, she sees Strumfield. Strumfield sees Quadri. Quadri driving inside the paint. Won't quite get it. Rebound Wilson. Rashonda Wilson slows it down a little bit after taking it aggressively up the court. Figueroa. Oh, tries to get to Wilson, but it falls in the hands of Strumfield. Strumfield is pushed out of bounds by David Speer. Looks like Petunia Strumfield will inbound and gets it over the Rayon Quadri. Quadri. Oh. A little bit of a miscommunicated sequence trying to get it to Eden Owen, who tried to get it over to Bernal, but didn't quite happen there. Bit of a misread there as Figueroa will take it up for the David Speer Pride. And taking her time. Rashonda Wilson for 3.
And out of bounds behind the backboard. Someone's going to have to get the mop.
Oh,
Who wants to be the hero tonight?
Well, I'll do it.
Yeah, there you go.
You don't see that every day. Here comes.
Shout out Mr. Brett Billstein, the athletic director, handing off to the safety team member here.
I remember last year there was like a viral, I believe it was a TikTok of during the NCAA tournament, March Madness. A ball was stuck in a similar position like this. They had the cheerleaders go up to get it down.
I did see that, yeah. And we got the crowd cheering for our safety team member here.
And he's loving it. He's feeling it.
Yeah. He's got a little strut going on. You gotta love it.
Play about to resume right now as Petunia Strumfield will inbound it for the Vikings.
Yeah, it's Mr. Kevin Kane. Gotta love him.
Mr. Kevin Kane, we love him. And here comes the Vikings, number 13, Ponce to Quadri. Quadri over to Strumfield.
Oh, Ponce's got it back, taking it on the outside.
Oh!
Overpass. Saw Quadri extend her back like that. That hurt me to watch.
Yeah, Quadri trying with all her might to reach and get it, but can't quite get it. As, with a little bit of a running start, Rashonda Wilson will go over to her girl. Oh, and a 3 from David Speer. Colazo won't go to end the half, to end the quarter, third quarter, my bad. And 45-22 with 1 quarter left of basketball, and David Speer has kind of got themselves in a big hole here, Anthony. What do you do to get yourself out of that?
I mean, I definitely say anything's possible in high school ball, but this is looking kind of dire. You know, they're losing by their entire point value and then one. So I think,
Sure.
I mean, I don't know. You got to rely on the Vikings to sort of slow down, and you know they've been committing a lot of energy this game, and so maybe just the endurance isn't there, and they can get some luck out of that. But I mean, as for what the David Speer Pride can do themselves, I mean, they've had some silly turnovers that they got to clean up. They've had some silly calls, travels that's been, pestering the Vikings too, but certainly the Pride as well that they got to clean up. And so I think, just streamlining their game and, maybe taking some more risks. We saw them start to shoot from outside the three-point line. They're going to have to continue that to even have a chance to eat away at this lead.
Very well said, Anthony. And looks like David Speer is coming back out to inbound it at midcourt. It's Rashonda Wilson. As Wilson, it's going to give it over to Yurilyn Figueroa, who gets it back over to Wilson, and Wilson.
That's how you open a quarter.
Wilson, easy bucket. And, a fight down by the paint. Falling down is Samia Khan and Anaya Costoso from their respective teams.
Glad to see Samia back on the court.
Yeah. Stolen by David Speer. Easy layup. Will go. Mia Bella Colazo. And decent way to start off the quarter for David Speer.
Yeah, definitely getting a quicker start this quarter than last. They waited, 6.5 minutes to get their first point on the board in that last quarter, and so now, they're being a little bit more efficient with it.
100%. And Niles North, very important in a lead like this to keep your foot on the gas. Make sure that this isn't even close. As David Speer is taking it outside. Ooh, Costoso.
From 3.
Will get it.
2.
And some bump and shove right there. Costoso shoving number 2 on the Vikings, Martha Halum. But Vikings will retain possession. It looks like Tatar is going to inbound it as she gets it over to Martin. Martin tries to get it back to Tatar, but second guesses herself. And Ponce tries it. As here comes Colazo. Colazo for the Pride gets it over to
Wilson.
Wilson with the mid-range bucket. As the lead is now cut down to 15.
Yeah, we're immediately seeing them go for it. We opened this quarter with a Viking lead of 23. And so Michelle Ponce trying to keep it up, though.
Apologies to interrupt you there, but that was an amazing pass from Martin to Michelle Ponce. As, looks like the floater was attempted by Figueroa, and Jackson is now in for the Vikings, and Jackson gets it way outside to Ponce. Ponce can't quite make it through contact, so she will go to the line for 2 shots.
And that's going to be Figueroa on the foul. as Michelle Ponce shoots for 2, can bring her team up to 49.
Ponce with the bucket, and it looks like we got some substitutions coming in for David Speer. Looks like number 24, Michaela Hurley, coming in for David Speer.
And kind of incredible how the Vikings have already reopened the lead.
Right, and the Vikings have and 49-30 right now. Yeah, nice, yeah, good lead from the Vikings here. And oh, shot taken by David Speer. It will be Jocelyn Lozada with the attempted 3, and a wise move by the Vikings to not touch that ball. And also checked in for the Vikings, number 43, Armana Rizvi. Some quiet on the court as it looks like Martin way down the Jackson over to Hamid over to Tatar.
Oh, Martin back to Jackson on the outside.
Oh, good, nice pass to Hamid, and Tatar gets it over to Martin. Oh, back to Tatar. Oh, and that ball is blocked by Hurley.
Oh, good aggression by Martin.
As Colazzo will get it over to Lozada, and Jackson able to get the pass off to Martin as she looks like she calls a play now. Tatar will take it and will give it to Jackson. Jackson will give it to Hamid. Hamid gets over to Martin. Jackson. Hamid. Rizvi over to Jackson. Gets it over to Martin. Hamid. Jackson for 3.
Oh,
whoa, but
back up by Tatar, no good.
No good, and it looks like Hurley on the rebound, and Colazzo covered by Jackson, but she takes a little bit of a tumble there. We have whistles right now on the court. And Jackson is going to take a well-deserved rest, as coming in right now is number 10, Vanessa Bernal. As Bernal will get it over to Tatar to Rizvi over to Martin. Back to Rizvi. Oh, back to Martin. And Martin and Hurley crawling towards the ball, but none of them will get it. But David Speer will retain possession. Rashonda Wilson to inbound over to number 11, Yaralyn Figueroa. Wilson.
Oh, loses it almost, but picked back up by number 14, Isabella Colazzo.
And Colazzo.
And pushed by a Viking.
Two shots for Miabella Colazzo. Two shots.
First one is off with 4 minutes, 12 seconds remaining in the game. Situation is starting to look even more dire for the Pride.
Mm-hmm. Second shot. Colazzo sinks the shot, and she's a little excited there. 49-31, 4:10 left in the game. Here comes Bernal. Ooh. Tries to work away around Rashonda Wilson, but Wilson will bat the ball out of bounds. However, it will go off the foot of Bernal as Wilson inbounds it over to Figueroa as Wilson misses the 3. And the shot was up by Lozada, but it won't go. Figueroa, a little hop there. Misses over to, tries to get it to Wilson, but Wilson will not get it. And taking it up the court now is Martin. And Martin, great move by Martin. Gets it over to Bernal. Bernal to Tatar. Tatar with the easy floater.
Yeah, we now got a 20-point lead for the Vikings with 3.5 minutes remaining in the game.
Yeah,
Gotta keep it up.
You know, earlier I was saying that the Vikings, going into the halftime, had a comfy but not cozy lead. I think I can safely say that this is a comfy and cozy lead.
Yeah, I'm getting a little cozier here. You know, I got a blanket on. You know, I'm feeling all swell. I got my little teddy bear stuffy. We're having a blast. And we got, it looks like Rashonda Wilson going to inbound for the Pride. She got a target in number 3, Jasleen Lozada. But I lied to you. It's actually Mibella Colazzo shooting long and no good. Rebounded by number 10, Bernal. Looks like Michelle Ponce going to take it down for the Vikings across the half court.
Ponce covered by Lozada. Ponce way over to Tatar, who Hamid is there and another trouble.
Silly little mistakes. They got lucky this game where the other team was making them too. But if you're playing against a really clean team, those tiny mistakes, those travels are going to add up against you.
100%. The travel has been bad. We have a whole round trip flight worth of traveling.
Yeah, got all those points stored up with United Airlines.
Yeah. I think maybe.
Oh, missed pass. Looks like the target was supposed to be Rashonda Wilson, but Colazzo just couldn't get it there. It's going to be Viking ball. Michelle Ponce taking it over.
Ponce. Ooh, works a good move on Costoso. And here's Bernal. Bernal over to Tatar. Tatar to
Martha.
To Martha Halum. And Wilson will take it up. Wilson aggressively chops into the paint, and she will get the call. She will go to the line for a 3-point opportunity. And subs coming in for the Vikings. Number 21, Eden Owen is checked in, along with number 11, Samaya Khan. Apologies. As this is the second one, and David Speer gets the bucket. Khan, she will get over to Ponce. Ponce, looks for Halum, but she can't quite get her hands on it. And the layup, no good. Bernal over to Ponce. Ponce spins a little bit, and there appeared to be contact right in front of the ref's face.
Yeah. That's the easiest call this guy's made all night.
Ooh. If you want to be making calls like that, then maybe you should consider applying to to being an IHSA official. There's a shortage going on. Anthony, you got any more info on that?
Yeah, of course. If you're 16 years of age or older, you can become a full-time, well, not full-time, but a full referee or official with the IHSA. As I was denied over there by the baseline. But if you're 14 and 15, you can also become a training IHSA official. You still get paid, still get experience. You have to give back to your community. All that jazz. So definitely consider at ihsa.org.
And Halum, tries to get it to Ponce, but intercepted by Wilson. As Wilson gets it over to Costoso.
Oh, that's a charge.
Wow. Whoa.
Oh, wait, no, it
no, it looks like.
Well, we call it a charge, but it looks like it's just going to be foul on Martha. Number 1, Anaya Costoso, shooting for 2.
Costoso, first shot.
And no good. Ball doesn't lie.
It does not. It only tells the truth. Costoso. Won't make it, and that will be rebounded by the Vikings. Here comes Ponce with the ball. Ponce. Nice little pass over to number 21, Owen.
Tries to get to Samia, but no good. Intercepted by Rashonda Wilson.
Although it won't mean a lot for the Pride in the end, Rashonda Wilson has picked up the defense a lot for this David Speer Pride team. Oh!
Great defense there by the Vikings, and a fight for the ball between Jasleen and Martha, Pride and Viking respectively.
Oof. Halum could not quite snatch the ball out of there. As it's going to be David Spear's ball with 1:08 left in the game. Wilson. She gets it way out over to Hurley, but Hurley will not get it.
Yeah, but draws a foul.
Hurley's going to take 2 shots right now for the Pride. 1:06 left in the game right now. Hurley's first shot. It will not go.
But she does get another opportunity here. Can add another point to her team total. And that's off to the right again. Going to be taken in by, I believe that was, new on the court, number 21, Eden Owen.
She was on the court for. Here come the Vikings. Owen taking it out. Owen going over to Ponce. Oh, and another travel. And I could see it in her face. She knew as soon as she made that step. Oh
yeah,
no!
Those eyes widen. You know what's happening.
You know when you make those mistakes. Ugh.
Under a minute now, 45 seconds actually. As that was Colasso trying to put it up. Puts it back up and gets 2 on it.
Oh. It looks like Bernal is going to inbounds it over to Ponce. Ponce gets it back to Bernal. And the Vikings could essentially dribble it out. And
Samia Khan eats the floor. Gets up okay, though. Scot-free. You'll have to see it.
Well, in football we talk about the turf monster, but
I've never heard of the hardwood monster.
But, well,
the laminate paneling monster.
That's what I like to call hardwood horror.
Okay, I like it. 20 seconds now as Martha
Halum will lose the ball. However, she will inbound it with 19.9 left in the game. Vikings are up 51-37. Halum. Bounce pass over to Khan. Khan gets it back over to Halum.
And denied by Michaela Hurley.
Hurley with the denial and gets it over to Rashana Wilson. 5 seconds left in the game. It is all but over, but Costoso will take a shot anyway.
Buzzer beater!
And and all it will really do is just affect the final score, as it is a V for Viking victory for girls basketball. 51-40, your final score. David Speer is going to move on with a record of 10-3, and North will advance with a record of 5-15.
Yeah, great to see another win on that record. Before they go off and face against their CSL rival Vernon Hills this Friday, catch it on Viking Media or come into Niles North and watch it for yourself.
And just a great effort by our girls, Anthony. It was just all around amazing effort. It was. I said it before and I'll say it again. It was night and day from that last game against Niles West. It's almost. I think they may have watched the broadcast and kind of heard what we had to say.
I don't know about all that. I think Coach Nate Russell and Sonia Garcia can coach on their own without our commentary.
Well, that too.
But yeah, I mean, you got to give a shout out to the David Speer Pride. They really did cut down on that lead that the Vikings had towards the end of the game. They entered the half with a 23-point deficit, and they brought it down to 11 by the end. So, I mean, given some more time and maybe a bit more slack by the Vikings, and this could have been a lot closer, much more of a nail-biter. But, of course, your Vikings, you know what to expect from them. You got to expect energy. You got to expect perseverance. You got to expect strength. And we saw that here on display tonight on the court. What do you think?
Yeah, it was just I guess I said it before, but it's just a great all-around game. A great first half performance from Brianna Bolt. She didn't do a crazy ton in the second half, but she made her impact throughout the game in other ways.
Yeah, you definitely get that initial energy on the court from the Vikings this game, and I think that really set the tone for the match, letting the David Speer Pride know it was going to come, and they just couldn't adjust.
And we'll leave you guys with that as we have a V for Viking victory here on Viking Media. Final score 51-40. We'll see you next time.